Assalamu alaikum. This is Mehdi Islam Mahfouz before you. My role is on 24 and I belong to section B. Today I'm going to talk about lifestyle of Niccolò Machiavelli and his political thought. To kick-start our discussion, I would like to say we are often appalled by how sly and dishonest many politicians are, but we shouldn't be. In moods like this, we need to remember and read the works of Niccolò Machiavelli, a late 15th century political advisor and political theorist who argued that we shouldn't think that politicians are immoral and simply bad for our lying and dissembling and maneuvering. A good politician, in Machiavelli's remarkable view, isn't one who is friendly and honest and kind. It's someone, however occasionally dark and underhand, they might be knows how to defend, enrich and bring honor to the state, which is also an extremely important goal. Being nice may be well a virtue in general, but what citizens most need from their rulers is effectiveness, which may well call upon some darker arts. Niccolò Machiavelli was born in Florence in 1469. His father was a lawyer, and so Machiavelli received an extensive formal education and got his first job as a secretary for the city of Florence. But soon after his appointment, Florence exploded politically and expelled the Medici family, who would rule it for 60 years and suffered decades of political instability and turmoil. As a sequence, Machiavelli experienced a series of career reversals. Over just a few decades, he went from being an important diplomat to a semi-successful general, to an enemy of the state, tortured and exiled when the Medici returned to the power. Although Machiavelli was rather a failed politician, he can be remembered as truly great man because of the two works, The Prince and the Discourses. In them, he addressed a central problem of politics. It is almost impossible to be both a good politician and a good person in a traditional Christian sense. Machiavelli proposed that the overwhelming responsibility of a good prince is to defend the state from external and internal threats to stable governance. This means he must know how to fight, but more importantly, he must know about the reputation and the management of those around him. People should neither think he is soft and easy to deserve it, nor should they find him so cruel that he disgusts his society. He, he should seem unapproachably strict but reasonable. When Machiavelli turned to the question of whether is a way better for a prince to be loved or feared, he wrote that while it will be theoretically wonderful for a leader to be both loved and obeyed, a prince should err on the side of inspiring terror, for this is ultimately what keeps people in check. Machiavelli Christian contemporaries had suggested that princes should be merciful, peaceful, generous, and tolerant. They taught that being a good politician was, in short, the same as being a good Christian. But Machiavelli argued differently. He asked his reader to dwell on the incompatibility between Christian ethics and the good governance, and particularly referred to the case of Guglielmo Savonarola. Savonarola was a Dominican friar, a fervent, idealistic Christian who would briefly come to be the ruler of Florence in 1494. He would come to the power, promising the city of God on earth. He preached against the excesses and tyranny of Medici government. Event managed to rule Florence as a peaceful, democratic, and relatively honest state. However, Savonarola's success could not last, because in Machiavelli's view, it was based on the weakness. Virtue. Machiavelli's concept of virtue for politicians involves wisdom, strategy, strength, bravery, and, what necessary, ruthlessness. In fact, at one point, Machiavelli uses the deliciously paradoxical phrase criminal virtue to describe the necessary ability of leaders. The Catholic Church banned Machiavelli work for 200 years because of the force within which he had argued that being a good Christian was, but even for the atheist and those of us not politicians, Machiavelli's insights are important.